Welcome into OutKick the Show. I am your fearless leader, Clay Travis. I hope all of you are having a fantastic Wednesday, wherever you may be across this great country or this great land. I was up in Buffalo Trace visiting in Frankfort, Kentucky yesterday. Had an incredible time. If you are a fan of bourbon at all, if you like whiskey, if you just are fascinated by the entire process, no relationship other than the fact that they are big fans of OutKick. And I had an opportunity to go by and tour their entire venue right on the Kentucky River there in Frankfort. It was amazing. They have incredible product. Got to do a lot of taste testing. It was a really cool, awesome day. And I'd encourage you, it's free if at some point you want to go check it out yourself as well, but it was pretty fantastic. We got the NFL schedule out and underway. The A's might be leaving Oakland. Tim Tebow officially to the Jags. Chick Fil A saw a shortage at the same time that there is a gas shortage. Could the apocalypse be arriving? The Kentucky Derby horse race mess continues, and Ron Desantis, our patron saint in the oasis of freedom of Florida, says that kids don't need masks in school any longer. God bless you, Ron DeSantis. But we begin with the NFL schedule officially being underway, and I have jotted down what I think are the 5 best Week 1 games. Now, the NFL so dominates every aspect of American sporting life that they have managed to turn the order in which they announce when teams will play into a major sporting event. I will be coaching Little League Baseball at the unveiling of all of the games all throughout the day. But this morning they announced the Week 1 schedule. There are all sorts of leaks out there about the NFL schedule in general. And I would just reiterate again, to me, the wildest part of all of this is there's a schedule leak for the order in which the games will be played. That is, we already know what games will be played. The big story here is just finding out in what order those games will be played, which is pretty unbelievable. All right? So, here are, in my opinion, the top 5 in order Week 1 games that I'm most excited to watch. First, Thursday Night Football. Dallas going up against Tampa Bay, absolutely phenomenal game. I cannot wait to watch it. I think it is going to be fantastic. With the Cowboys bringing back Dak Prescott, now signed to a multi-year long-term contract extension. Tampa Bay likely getting their rings, celebrating their Super Bowl, Tom Brady's 7th. Now having time in the offseason to practice with everybody. All 22 starters return. Best game opening weekend in the NFL beyond a shadow of a doubt, Dallas at Tampa Bay. Second best game, the Browns, now with Odell Beckham Jr. back, now with Jadeveon Clowney, who might possibly have something left to line up against on the opposite side of Myles Garrett. Browns ended their season divisional round playoff loss against the Chiefs. Now they get to go back and play against the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City, likely in front of a massive, full, sold-out crowd. Second best game, opening weekend, Browns at Chiefs. Third best, can Tua do it? We'll start to find out Week 1 that Miami Dolphins going on the road against the New England Patriots. Patriots could be starting Mac Jones. I don't think it's likely, but we could get Tua against Mac, a battle of Alabama quarterbacks. I think what's more likely is Cam Newton is there. And if that is going to be the case, the Dolphins against the Patriots will be a whale, no pun intended, of a ball game. Dolphins and whales, both mammals. And that game will be taking place in Foxborough. It's third best game. Fourth best game of the NFL opening weekend. Pittsburgh Steelers going on the road against Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills. Ben Roethlisberger bounced back, had a solid performance last season. Can he keep it going? We will see. Meanwhile, the Bills, Josh Allen, 59% to 69%. Nice completion percentage for him. Can the Bills continue to grow in year 2 with Stephon Diggs? How much of a difference does Najee Harris make for the Pittsburgh Steelers? He was their first-round draft pick. Steelers at Bills, fourth best game. And the fifth best game, Seattle going up on the road against Indianapolis. New left tackle for the Colts, even though he won't be ready. Fisher for Week 1. But we'll find out whether Carson Wentz can reclaim the MVP status that he had in 2017 when Frank Reich was his quarterback. We'll see whether the Seattle Seahawks have managed to paper over the differences that existed between Russell Wilson, Pete Carroll, and the organization in general in the offseason. To me, those 5 are the best 5 games in the NFL opening weekend. To be fair, 16 different games. The only one I'm not really that interested in at all is the Jags on the road against the Texans, and that's because the Texans are so god-awful, it's hard to be excited about anything associated with them. We'll get to Tim Tebow and the Jags alongside of Trevor Lawrence and more here momentarily. But first, I want to tell you all about this situation with the crew here at Bespoke Posts. All right, they have been absolutely fantastic, and they have got me set up right now. This spring, you're going to go outdoors. You're going to start to explore. That's why you need Bespoke Post on all your adventures. New lineup of essential box of awesome collections for guys. Maybe you have difficulty figuring out exactly what to give somebody. Well, I just got this, the Weekender, sent to me. It's pretty awesome. I've got a brand new flask. I've got a brand new wallet, and I have this fantastic bag that is perfectly and expertly crafted to allow me, there goes the flask, to allow me to set up an easy trip. If you're anything like me, you get a lot of stuff and just throw it all into one bag. You need the right bag to get your trip taken care of. This is really cool, whether you're taming the wilderness, taking your home bar to pro-level heights. Bespoke Post only sends guys the best stuff every month. Every new month, you get a new package, some cool stuff in it, a flask, a wallet, a bag to allow you to get away. From style and grooming goods to barware, cooking tools, outdoor gear, Box of Awesome has collections for every part of your life. This Weekender is awesome for me. To get started, take the quiz at boxofawesome.com. Very cool website, boxofawesome.com. Your answers help them pick the right Box of Awesome for you. New boxes every month across a ton of different categories, free to sign up. You can skip a month, you can cancel anytime. Each box only $45 with over $70 worth of gear inside. And right now, you can get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com. Enter the code CLAY, that's my name, C-L-A-Y, at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code CLAY, C-L-A-Y, for 20% off your first box. Get hooked up today with Box of Awesome. I'll go ahead and stack up this flask. I was talking about Buffalo Trace, fits well in there, and this overall Weekender trip. Again, thanks to boxofawesome.com. Use the code CLAY, and you will be well on your way to getting quite a deal. So, the Oakland A's are reportedly leaving Oakland. Where should they go? Well, your boy here set up a challenge, and by challenge I mean a poll to allow you to answer that question. Where should the Oakland A's move in the event that they are going to move on? And I have to tell you, results, not really that surprising to me. Over 50,000 of you voted. You can still go vote. I put this up last night at Clay Travis on Twitter. By the way, thank you to all of the YouTube subscribers. Thanks for all the upvotes. Thanks for all the comments. YouTube, you guys are dominating Twitter. You're dominating Facebook. You are destroying in all the comments. I thank you. Give us an upvote. Go ahead and click subscribe. Thank you for being such massive supporters of both me and OutKick. I love all the comments. Over 50,000 votes. Nashville. So Rob Manfred has said 4 different cities inside the United States that he thinks makes sense for Major League Baseball to expand to and or to relocate to. So Charlotte, Nashville, Portland, and Las Vegas were the options that I gave you because those are the 4 United States. And again, I'm not counting Vancouver. I'm not counting Montreal. Those were the 4 states in the country that had been suggested. Nashville got 52% of the vote. Las Vegas got 33% of the vote. Charlotte, 11%, and Portland, 4%. I think the South is wildly underserved relative to how much interest there is in baseball here. The Atlanta Braves obviously have a substantial fan base. Miami and Tampa really don't count, which means that if you think about it, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, I know they're close to Cincinnati, North Carolina, South Carolina, none of these places have teams that they're able to just kind of go all in on, which is why, frankly, I think the Atlanta Braves have ended up so popular. I think Nashville's the right choice. And I also think the A's could make sense in Nashville. I also think Tampa Bay could make sense in Nashville. A part of me likes the idea of Tampa Bay in Nashville because it would give an American League team to the South, which doesn't exist right now. Even in the vicinity, the Cubs, the Cardinals, the Braves, and the Reds all kind of surround a city like Nashville. I kind of think the AL East being located in Nashville would be really, really cool. The vast majority of you agree that Nashville would be the best destination. If they want to keep the A's out west, I think Vegas is probably the best choice. Look, Portland has fallen completely apart. It's a total mess of a city right now. I don't like the idea of going to Vancouver necessarily. I don't want to go to Canada again at all, honestly. Montreal's already lost their team. Vancouver has already lost an NBA team. I'm not sure there's the same level of interest in Major League Baseball and in the NBA, and certainly in the NFL, that exists in Canada. So my inclination would be expand inside the United States and also relocate maybe the A's and maybe the Rays inside of the United States, move them to Nashville and Vegas. That would be my best guess. Now, it's become a little bit controversial. Tim Tebow is evidently going to be a member of the Jacksonville Jaguars as a tight end. And some people are all fired up about this. I think this is pretty straightforward and simple. I think Urban Meyer considers 33-year-old Tim Tebow, same age, by the way, as Jesus when he died, 33-year-old Tim Tebow to be an incredible asset to the overall Jacksonville Jaguars, given how young they are. And people forget that Tebow helped to cover up all of the awful behavior that was going on back in the day down in Florida, where players under Urban Meyer were getting arrested left and right. But Tebow was such a saint that nobody even noticed all of those arrests going on. And I think that Tebow represents the culture that Urban Meyer wants to embrace going forward. Now, there's no guarantee that Tim Tebow is going to make the team. There's no guarantee that Tim Tebow is going to have a significant role if he makes the team. But I think the risk-reward here is not an awful one. Tebow's a phenomenal athlete. If you ever watched him down near the goal line score like he did in the SEC and also with the Denver Broncos back in the day, I think Tebow could be a pretty decent tight end. We know he has good hands. We know he runs well. We know he knows how to read routes. I think Tebow would make a lot of sense potentially for a year or two. And this is not necessarily uncommon. Lots of guys at tight end, Antonio Gates, for example, have made the transition from basketball to football, never having played before. The cost here is not that substantial in the grand scheme of things for Tim Tebow. I think this could be a great fit for Jacksonville, and I think they would likely sell a lot more seats because of it as well. Speaking of seats, I am seated right now in the X chair, and it is absolutely fantastic. This is the best chair that I have ever been in. 3-hour daily radio show. I got television. I run a business in OutKick. I have this show going on. I write. I'm sitting in a chair for a lot of hours every single day. The heat massage for my back is incredibly valuable. So too is the overall massage category. This is the most comfortable chair I've ever had. A lot of people are building out their own home offices. A lot of you are looking for comfort as you also work many different hours no matter where you are. That's why you need the XHMT heat and massage technology right to your back. 4 different massage modes, fast warming heat technology, all of it working in your favor in a major way. If you already have an X chair, you can upgrade by getting the XHMT stand alone, but a lot of you don't have this, which is why you need to go to xchairclay.com. X-Chair's on sale now, $100 off. Go to xchairclay.com now. That's the letter X, chair, CLAY.com, or call 1-844-4-1-844-4-XChair. X-Chair has a 30-day guarantee of complete comfort. You can finance your purchase for as little as $30 a month. Go to xchairclay.com now. and use the code XWheels for free X-Wheel blade casters. Get hooked up today. I don't want to alarm any of you, but there is a major shortage going on in this nation, not just of gas. I got a call yesterday driving back from Kentucky where I was up at the Buffalo Trace Distillery visiting. And my wife said, hey, tons of gas stations around our house are now out of gas because there's been a gas run over this pipeline that was pirated. And so you need to go ahead and get gas in Kentucky. Nervous about the gas shortage. Zero issue whatsoever with getting gas in Kentucky. But I am super nervous about this. There now is a Chick Fil A sauce shortage. They cannot get enough sauce for Chick Fil A. And I got to tell you, this has me panicked to the nth degree. This is not ideal. This is terrifying. This is potentially a disaster going forward. Chick Fil A sauce shortage. I don't want you to panic. We just talked about last week there was a 23-ton, 10-story satellite that could have killed us all. This feels like it may be more peril than we can all handle with the Chick Fil A sauce shortage rolling through at the same time as the gas shortage in general. This is, I believe, a terrifying situation that we could all find ourselves in. Kentucky Derby. Did you guys see the horse race, Medina Spirit? I haven't even watched it with the sound on. Bob Baffert, Mr. White Hair, incredibly good-looking guy. Are you guys like me, where you watch races now and you just basically presume that all the sprinters are roiding up and that also all of the horses are using something that is probably either right on the edge of permissible behavior or right past it? That's kind of where I am right now. And I don't know that that's true because I don't know enough about horse racing. But after I watched the Ben Johnson 30 for 30, I basically became convinced that everybody is using something in sprinting. And if we're using it in sprinting, it's hard for me to believe that we wouldn't also be using it in horse racing. And so I kind of root for the Triple Crown to be won by a horse. Watch it a little bit, gamble on it. Preakness is going on this weekend. That's pretty much it. But this story just makes me feel that much like sprinting in general, there's a lot of dishonesty in horse racing as well. You know what the opposite of dishonesty is? Well, it's honesty. And also telling you the truth, which is this. Erectile dysfunction affects over half of all men, but it doesn't have to make you feel like half of a man. Since 2017, My Dr. Hank has been making America hard again. My Dr. Hank helps you get low-cost ED meds and overcome the psychological and emotional barriers to getting ED treatment. They secure your prescription and then ship it to you discreetly every month from U.S. pharmacies, all for as low as $2 per pill. So don't wait. Join the movement to make America hard again. Go to mydrhank.com/clay and sign up today. Again, one more time, tell Dr. Hank that I sent you and he'll give you 50% off your first subscription order. That's mydrhank.com/clay. Offer available for only a limited time. mydrhank.com/clay. Final thought. God bless Florida Governor Ron Desantis, and thank him for following the science and not panicking when everybody else, it feels like, has completely lost their minds over COVID. DeSantis came out today and said, and I quote, I'm reading from his quote, let's see. Our direction is simple, Ron DeSantis said. Have a normal school year. That's what he said for next year. These kids, and I'm quoting from Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, these kids don't need to be wearing these masks. I'm sorry, but they don't. Amen. It's all cosmetic theater. So props to Florida Governor Ron DeSantis for actually coming out and sharing the truth, which is much of what's going on now still surrounding COVID is total and complete cosmetic theater. It's unnecessary. Every kid should have been in school since August. I got to give props to my local school district, public school. My kids are going to finish a full year of school next Friday. My kindergartner and my fourth grader. My seventh grader has a week after that. But the public school kids where I live have been in school since August, and they will finish a full year of school by Friday of next week. I have to give them tremendous amounts of credit for finding a way to get that done. It is phenomenal. It is fantastic, and I appreciate them actually managing to get all of that completed. My name is Clay Travis, DBAP unless you need to SBAP. I appreciate all of you and your support for OutKick. I will be live in about 30 minutes on FS1 breaking down the first week action in the NFL, and then I'll be live tomorrow morning 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern with OutKick on the radio program. I appreciate all of you. DBAP unless you need to SBAP. I am Clay Travis, and this has been OutKick the Show.